Oh my god, I can't find my last trial. I'm never gonna get to ascend. Okay, I pull up. Sis, you only need a offering. You don't need love trials anymore. They changed that. Really? Yep. Hi, Zizaran here with another video for Path of Exile, and this is about easy things to forget, especially if you're a returning player or maybe a new player that just wants some tips. For example, you no longer need lab trials in maps. You don't even need to find a single one. All you need to find is an offering, the offering to the goddess. You can buy this from other players, you can get it from Heist, you can get it from Ritual, or anything with fragment rewards. So you don't need to actually find the map trials. Next up, we have the Affinity System, and it's by right-clicking tabs. Like for example, here we've clicked Currency, Maps, Unique tab, etc. And do remember that if you don't have any of those tabs, it does work on just regular tabs as well. You can click on the affinities of what you want here. And when you're looking into a tab that's completely unrelated and you're control clicking, these will then go into your tab directly. But what if you have something you want to go into a specific tab? You can control shift click and it'll bypass affinities. And if you're holding something on the cursor and holding down shift, you can put down one at a time. So just wanted to let you know that that is available. Another thing is the divine vessels. Obviously you can search for what you want. So for example, if we need Peruna, we can search for Peruna there, and now we know that it's in a tull and the blue text will confirm. However, when you then put it in, etc., go kill the boss, a lot of people bring it back to Sin in one of the acts. It's no longer needed. You just put the divine vessel in your inventory and right click it and you eat it. It's inside you now. Another thing that has changed if you're a returning player is divine prices. Divine and exalted orbs have basically switched, and the reason for this is that meta mods, so like cannot roll attack mods, or prefixes cannot be changed, suffixes cannot be changed. These are now divine orbs, and there is a lot less things that are exalted orbs. So it's still very, very useful and used for a lot of crafts, but they're now a lot easier to use for like slamming jewels, like adding an extra stat, etc. So they are a lot less worth than they were before. And now, here are some useful vendor recipes for returning players. Do remember that while the +1 gem recipe is still in, which is a total of 40 quality, for example, say you had a bunch of fireball gems or like assorted, they just need to be tagged fire, and the quality totals for 40, so this could be 2 20 quality gems or 4 10% quality gems, etc. That still gives plus gems, but they have removed the flat damage to spells recipe, so if you're a returning player and you were banking on that, it doesn't exist anymore. Useful commands is /passives. If you've killed Kitava, this would say, for example, 0 deals with the bandits. It's a bad example because that can happen, but 0 from the puppet mistress, etc. So you know where to go. So you should have 24 skill points if you've killed everything, or 22 if not. And in the same way, Atlas passives works as well. So here you can see I don't have the Uber Elder yet, and Formed, Forgotten, and Feared is missing from my points. Another thing is picking up a few of these with white sockets. They'll just randomly drop off monsters. Can be really, really good for leveling gems. And do remember that there's no penalty on experience for your character or for other gems by leveling 6 gems in your offhand. So you should generally always do this. First, I start out with my active gem so that I try to get a, for example, 21 explosive arrow, toxic rain, etc. And after that, I'll do my most important auras, and lastly, my support gems. But gems level a lot faster than before. So while before I was maybe able to do like 30 to 40 gems per league to 20, now I'm able to do a couple of hundred because they level a lot faster. This is due to a new rare monster that gives a big burst of experience as a reward. That's why you'll suddenly just see, boom, loads of gems level up at once. So corrupted items, if you don't have white sockets, can be a pain, but remember that you can change the colors, you can change the links, you can even add enchants to, for example, helmets with tainted blessings, and there is a tainted oil as well. And you get the tainted oil by doing corrupted blight maps. You get the tainted blessing just by doing lab. And well, you can always just change the colors on corrupted items. Look, Mom, no hands. How are my potions going off without me even touching the keyboard? Am I cheating? No. I have used charges when full. There's a lot of new fast enchants that you can do, and these, I can't remember where you get them. The crafting bench will tell you. I'm pretty sure at the end of the campaign, These, the suffixes that you can craft, are from Katarina. Not everybody knows that you can craft these. So if you have an open suffix like this, you don't have to have the unique flask to get them. And for the other ones, there are several ones that are useful. Some people like using used when adjacent flask is used. So instead of pressing 5 buttons or 4 buttons, you can press 1, or reuse at the end of this flask effect. Then it doesn't start unless you start it, or use when charges reached when full. This last one is particularly useful on Pathfinders, especially with a lot of charge recovery, and you recover 4% of life when you use a flask. And do remember that you can remove enchantments or remove crafts. So if you do enchant a item and you no longer want the enchant, maybe it's bad for your build, you can remove that. Another thing is there are now new cursors. So if you don't like the default one and you're losing track of it very easily, remember that there are different ones. You can also buy extra ones. There are like mouse packs. I haven't bought them because I'm fine with the regular one, but they do exist. Now, another thing that's very important is you can see that I'm flame dashing, but flame dash isn't on my bar. I regularly get asked about this because people are, how is he flame dashing? I never see him holding down control to access the second bar, and that's because I don't need to. I've rebound in key bindings. So this use bound skill 11 is just mouse button 5. So I hold control and assign it there, but I don't need to press control to use it. So you do have a second bar at your disposal. Zizaran, how do you have 5 slots in your map device? If you do a Legion 4-way, so 4 of these can be anyone's, just not 2 of the same. So let's see, these 4 or these 4. Then you will unlock the 5-way slot device. And then after that, you can do whatever you want. You can do 5 ways then, or you can do 3 ways, whatever you feel your character is handling the best. But either way, that is how you unlock that. And this is very good for using additional scarabs, putting in sacrifice fragments for quantity, etc. Remember that you can reset a zone and make a new one by holding control down. This manages your instances and they last for roughly like 7 or 8 minutes. If you're buying something from the vendor, if you're holding control and shift, you can buy an entire stack at once. If you've been buying one fusing at a time, you don't need to do that. And lastly, you can instantly sell to Lily Roth by control clicking her. Both her and Tane will open the thing instantly, whereas others will open their vendor. So control clicking Lily, insta sell. And remember, you can trade in divination cards to Lily Roth in your hideout. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below. And if it's something I should do every league and just remind people that are coming back to the league what has changed and what hasn't. Thank you so much for watching. Sub if you like it. But more importantly, try to die less than I do.
Okay, I pull up. Sis, you only need a offering. You don't need love trials anymore. They changed that.